Hey friends, welcome back to llamamakayla's Yarn Tube. Thank you for stopping by today. It means so much to me that you want to spend a little time with me, and I appreciate that so much because I want to spend some time with you also. So in yesterday's video, which was a Whip Wednesday, I showed that I was working on a tree skirt. And because in past videos I was talking about my fair entry section, the fair entry section for my fair that is coming up in September the 30th. I have to turn in my items October the 2nd. So there's a Christmas section, and one of the entries is a tree skirt. And so I was going over these in another video, and I had mentioned that I would like to do a tree skirt, but I knew it was going to take a lot of time, and so I wasn't going to get around to that unless you knew of a tree skirt, you know, that worked up really quickly. And several of you came to the rescue and recommended Fiber Flux Granny Triangle Tree Skirt. I love that pattern. I love it. Thank you so much for recommending Fiber Flux to me. She is very, very nice, and I just love her tutorial there. That was the first time I watched one of her tutorials. So easy to understand, very pleasant to watch. I enjoyed it very, very much. So I got busy on that. I guess Tuesday night I got busy on that, and then Wednesday I worked on it, and I finished it Wednesday night. Today is Thursday. It worked up super quick. I love making granny squares. I love doing the granny stitch in general. I just love making granny projects. And so this was a granny triangle, which I had never made a triangle before. But it worked up so well, so lovely. I love it. Now, I used the Ogo. This is a Christmas Ogo, and the colorway is Christmas Noel. And this is 236 yards. Now, I'm not crazy about the Ogos. Like, I don't know. I think it's very gimmicky. Myself, my opinion. That's my opinion only. I don't know. They're kind of odd. It's like a lot of packaging here. Sometimes these don't stay closed, and they're floppy, and they're just... I'd just rather have a skein of yarn, I'll be honest. I don't know. So I'm not like all about the Ogos, like, oh, it's an Ogo. No, that's not me. Not me at all. But when they are on sale and you find them very cheap, I'm all about that Ogo. How about that? Because it's yarn and it crochets up just fine. So at my Michael's in Monroe, Louisiana, we have... they have some Ogos for $3, and it's the Ogos that are more than this. I think they're about 500 yards. So they're like $3. And then on the Joann's website, these were on sale. I don't remember how much, but they were so cheap. And I never order yarn online. I just never do that. I never really order anything for myself too much online, honestly. But these were so cheap, and then I put them in a cart, and I was just kind of thinking about it. Probably was not going to go back and check out. But then Joann's emailed me $1.99 shipping. And so I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. And so I ended up ordering some of these and some retro, the Red Heart Retro stripes. And I also got a jewel tone of this and a blue one. So anyway, I had ordered some of these, and I didn't know, whenever I, looked at that tree skirt, I thought I'm going to use that Ogo. on there. I didn't know how many it was going to take to do that, but now I do, and so I will share that with you. So it takes less than 2 of these to make this tree skirt. Now this is the small, what I call the baby yogo, because the one I get at Michael's is much larger. The one that I get for $3 at my Michael's is much larger than this. This one is the 236 yards. So it takes less than 2 of these to make that tree skirt. This is what I had left over, this ball, which is wound pretty tight. So there's a lot of green in there. And then there's some more green and then all that white. And maybe a string of yellow. So that is what I had left over from 2 ogos. Okay, so as I was making my tree skirt, this red in here is not a bright red. It's kind of a muted red. Okay, so as I was saying, this is a muted red. It's not bright red. And so as I was making my tree skirt and I was, getting close to the end of it, I noticed that none of my triangles ended in red. And so I was thinking about the color I was going to do the scallops around the edge of it. And I was thinking I could do it in white, but then I think one of my triangles ended in white, and there was a lot of white throughout it anyway. So I thought, well, red would be nice, but that's a muted red, and a bright red wouldn't look good with that. And then I remembered Craft Smart has a tomato color that is a muted red, and so I had one of those that I had used something else out of. But this is a Craft Smart yarn. Can y'all read upside down? Craft Smart yarn, and this is the colorway tomato, and it's not an exact match. This is coming up much brighter on the screen than it is in real life. It's very comparable to this to me. Not the same exact shade, but it's not bright red. Like I have the bright red right here. If I can grab it. I have the bright red here. And it's just blowing out so bad on there. This is the bright red, and I knew that was not going to go with it because it would just not look right to me. I wouldn't have liked that. But then I remembered I had this tomato, and I think the tomato looks pretty good with that. It's not the same exact shade, but this is more muted than the bright red. So anyway, that is what I used, and so I love this project so very much. Okay, here is my Christmas tree skirt. Not sure. I mean, I had it folded up, so I'm not sure how well it's laying out to show you guys. This is a join as you go project, and so you can see all my triangles are different. Every one of them is different, and I love that. I love that it's so random. I'm very random. So why wouldn't my tree skirt be random? Anyway, I do love it. I think it came out beautiful. I loved the scalloped edge around it. That turned out really well. Now for this project, it called for a 6.5 K hook to make the triangles. And in her project, she used like a Red Heart Super Saver. Well, this Ogo is it's a 4-weight yarn too, and she used a 4-weight yarn too also. But this Ogo, I think, is on the thicker side of the 4. So I really feel like I should have went up a hook size maybe. I might have should have used an 8mm. But it is laid out and lays out fine. At the time, I was kind of worried about the edge flipping up the way it was turning out after I had connected it. But it does lay out super flat, and there's no issues with that now. But when I did these scallop edges, I did go up to an 8mm hook, just because I felt like that would allow it to relax and it wouldn't be so tight, pulling the pulling it tight in. So I did you go up to an 8mm hook just so it could relax and not be tight, and I didn't want the doing the scallop edges to draw it in any, because I felt like it might would. But yeah, this turned out beautiful. I love how it turned out, honestly. I think it is just gorgeous. Now, I'm not going to use this for my personal tree at home. I doubt we even put up a tree, but it does not match our ornaments, our whole Christmas theme there. We have jewel tones ornaments, and we have I think we have a turquoise Christmas tree skirt. So I already have a Christmas tree skirt. I'm not in the need for one. So I won't be using this, but I'm going to see if my son ever got a Christmas tree skirt last year. And if he did not, he's welcome to this if he likes it. But he may not even like it. And he might have bought a Christmas tree skirt last year. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I can't remember. Like, I've seen his tree a bunch of times, but I don't remember if it had a skirt under it. At one point, he and I went to Target, and he was looking for a Christmas tree skirt, and they were so expensive. And I was commenting, like, oh my gosh, those are so pricey, like. And so he's like, well, you could crochet me one. I was like, you could learn to crochet and make yourself one. But anyway, I never got around to making one. And he probably went back without his mother and bought one. He probably went back without his mother, who was saying they were so expensive, and bought one for himself. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah. So in this project, you make 6 of these triangles, and you join them as you go. Like, before you finish off each triangle, you join it to the previous triangle until you have 6 of them connected. And then you go back and put that scalloped edge on it. Now, she does have the option that you could add buttons to close this. Our tree skirt that we have now, it doesn't have any buttons or anything on it. It just kind of spread it and overlap it a little bit. And that's the way I'm going to do this. I would have added buttons just because I'm entering in the fair. If I had wooden buttons, but I didn't have any, and I'm not going to purchase any, so I'm fine with the way it is. I love it. I think it turned out great, and I think it's just really pretty. I like the randomness of all the squares and everything like that. So yeah, there we go. I thank you so much for joining me today when I shared my completed Christmas tree skirt. I know I showed my progress on it yesterday for Whip Wednesday, but I wanted to come back and let you guys know that I finished it off last night, and I've just been admiring it all day. And I was like, well, I guess it's time to go make a video on it. So I can put it in my box. I have a box going of everything that's going into the fair. So I'll go add it to that box. Bye, friends. It's a beautiful day to crochet, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you in the next video.